at the risk.
Hey yo, holla at my bro FOUL and the clean team. You heard they out here making major moves. Hey yo, listen man, I got an exclusive and extensive catalog of music on Spotify and all streaming platforms. Type in St. Laz, major St. Laz bangers. You heard, and you gonna see I got songs with Kiss, Jones, Papoose, Styles P, Crunchy Black. Too many people to name, you heard? But make sure you go check that playlist and holla at me for the music collabs. I got a 24-hour turnaround with features, you heard? DM me.
He was on Son's heels every day, clowning him on the company, calling him a rat, and Son just snapped. He had enough of it. Put that shit together and hit him with it after he shot him. That was the first time I ever seen somebody get hit like that and their face melt off. I ain't never seen that shit before. I'm not gonna put names out there, but you had one of the apes that was telling a Brooklyn boy on like a daily basis, like, yo, you a rat boy, you a snitch. Son eventually was like, I guess he just had enough of it. He was eating it for a couple of days, and eventually he was like, fuck it. So he came out with, you rig a hot pot, like you get a hot pot off commissary, but if you break that shit down and rig it and hook the wires up to it, you make that shit boil. You mix that shit with baby oil. When you hit somebody with that, they skin just melt off their face, like, I mean, really, like, just as if it was just peeling, dripping off. It's crazy how it happens. So I ain't see the start of it. The start of it was at the end of my company, and I was more towards the front, but I heard it. I was in my cell, I had my curtain up watching TV. I hear some shit. By the time it ended, like they landed in front of my cell, right? I hear the car crash, so I lift my curtain, and the Brooklyn boy was on top of the ape, and like I'm looking at him, his whole half of face is just melted. You know what I'm saying? He already got shot. He got shot first, then got hit with the shit. And now Son on top of him, still got the grip, still trying to hit him. He got him by his wrist. He's like, yo, chill. Like, yo, done already, did enough. So police come, they grab him up, they break it up, get him on the wall. So I forget if it was the next day or like the day after that, but the apes went at it with the Brooklyn Knights after that for that situation, and it was bad. Like, there was more apes than Brooklyn Knights to begin with, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe 2 of the Brooklyn Knights died. You heard? I don't want to put their names out there, but I was under the impression, from what I heard at that time, that 2 of them had passed away. They didn't make it. And regular shit. We go back on lockdown, and by the time we came out of lockdown, it wasn't really no more left in the jail from Brooklyn. It was quiet. They on the company, calling him a rat, and Son just snapped. He had enough of it. Put that shit together and hit him with it after he shot him. That was the first time I ever seen somebody get hit like that and their face melt off. I ain't never seen that shit before. Like, I felt bad for Son. I was looking at it, like, when I lift my curtain, he was on, like, I made eye contact with him. And, you just see the panic. I'll say, you see the panic in somebody's face, you know what I'm saying? Because he know he in a real bad position right now. He know his shit fucked up. And he trying to tell Son to chill, and Son is not trying to hear chill at all. He trying to go until he gets sprayed or whatever. And that's prison, you heard? Like, that's what happens.
And you said, like it was apes that was from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, that was a controversial thing because you had apes that were from Brooklyn. That's why I don't think it popped like immediately, because it was trying to like kind of work it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. It went down. because it was made, it had to go. And if you aping, you're gonna stick with the apes. You can't run with the Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go against them. Which is crazy because you gotta go back to your hometown around these people, you know what I'm saying? That's what's fucked up about prison. The politics be crazy. Like, even if you're not gangbanging, you're still part of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still part of somebody's court. If you're on somebody's court, whether it's a Rochester court, a Queens court, a Brooklyn court, if somebody from that court got an issue, you're going with them, regardless. You know what I'm saying? If you on that court with them, like, so it's just like that. Like, you're gonna be with somebody, and by being with somebody, you might end up getting in. Like, some people think it might be cool to go upstate and gangbang. Like, that's gonna get you. You think that might protect you? You bugging. That's gonna put you in more of a position to get hurt or get in trouble, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, because now you active, now you in the field, you don't got a choice. Somebody you with makes a decision, whether you agree with it or not, you going. You gotta deal with them consequences later. So people that sign up because they thought it was something to be protected ain't gonna protect you. And you're gonna have to put that work in anyway. So you ain't gonna just be all hugs and handshakes and, you know what I'm saying, send me some backo and nah. Gotta put on. So it's like, it's crazy to see the rate, especially the white homies that you see come through. Like, literally, there used to be bets on them, like, how long you think he gonna last? A month, a week. Now, don't get it twisted. I've ran into official white boys that had positions and all that, you know what I'm saying? Some people held spots, all that. Like, they weren't crash outs by any means. They had respect, no doubt about it. But you could tell by a person's demeanor when they enter a jail how they carry themselves. You see somebody come in and they're 165 pounds, soaking wet, and they talking like they King Kong, all that other bullshit, you already know he don't got much time left. You talk that shit, some people use it as a defense mechanism, you heard? Like, they think the louder that they are, it's gonna keep people away from them. But it's gonna attract somebody to you who's gonna want to touch your gangster, who's gonna want to see if you really talking that talk, or you just bullshit. I ain't never seen no reason to walk around like that, bro. I never walked around with my chest puffed out, trying to be a tough guy, ever. I'm cool as the other side of the pillow, always. I was always trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was always vibing with everybody. There's a time that is going to call for action. When it calls for action, you got to step up. You know what I'm saying? But all that walking around with your chest out, trying to be tough and all that shit exerts energy, bro. Like, energy I don't got to be thinking about that. Like, there's wild as shit while you locked up you could be thinking about than trying to put on that facade. If you know you are, just be who you are. The politics is nasty up there, you know. Somebody did not like you and start backbiting you and put you in a real bad position. You might not even have done nothing wrong, or you know what I'm saying? You didn't know something, whatever, and just because someone don't like you, they could turn a whole bunch of people against you for no reason. And next thing you know, you up out of there. I done seen a CO one time, right? Or topic of that. We was on the phone line. I'm on the phone already. And the CO, he being a real piece of shit. There's open phones. Phones is open. People are standing online. He telling you, nah, you can't get on the phone. So son and him, they arguing. They going back and forth. And the cop, he's acting tough. He's a tall, big, corn-fed white boy. Now he's in the middle of taking his jacket off like he's about to do something. As he's in the middle of taking his jacket off, son hooks on him. Boop. Didn't even look back. He knew right off the rip that he knocked him out. Knocked him clean out. Sleeping. Everybody just act normal, right? They just standing there waiting on the phone line. I'm talking minutes go by. Like, he was in the sand for like 3-4 minutes, just laying there. Finally, somebody walked by like, oh my God. They hit the radio and all that. They come, everybody on the floor, you know, gotta get on the ground, the phones hang up. So they come pick him up. He's still out. He didn't wake up the whole time. He left the yard, like he was still out, right? So they pick him up on the stretcher and they walking him past us on the phone line. And I hear the male cop, he asked one of the females, like, yo, what happened? She said, what you think happened? He got knocked the fuck out. Oh, son, I was dying. We found out the next morning, like, you know, the dudes that be getting insulin, they go down to medical a while early. So the next morning he come back, my neighbor, he had gotten insulin. He like, yo, that cop got his jaw broke in 2 spots. And then, of course, you know, you be hearing shit on the news. You turn your TV on, you see, you know, they tell you, oh, Clinton officer got his jaw broken in 2 spots, blah, blah, blah. It took him about a week. Eventually, I guess, allegedly, they caught someone who did it. But they was grabbing everybody up, different people, for like a whole week, until finally they were convinced they had the right person. That's the type of shit that it just be making you laugh. Like, you be seeing this cop act so tough for no reason, man. Like, yo, you act like people don't got families at home that they need to speak to see if they mother, they sister, daughter, brother okay. Like, who the fuck are you to be the gatekeeper to tell me when there's 20 open phones I can't use a phone? Why can't I get on the phone? Because you said so? Because you ain't get pussy last night? Like, that type of shit they be doing. This is how they be feeling. So he took it upon himself to express his feelings. Broke his jaw in 2 places and put him to sleep for probably like a good 2-3 hours.
Yeah, man.
That shit was hilarious. Facts.
Oh, I wonder what they did to the bro in the box.
Man, you already know what they did to him. When you do something like that, man, when you embarrass the police, I mean, it sometimes depends on what box you in, because certain boxes, you know, they might have cameras in the bigger boxes, but like in Clinton, they got Unit 14. Unit 14 is the dungeon. There ain't nobody helping you there. They're putting you there, they're starving. And nobody's coming to help you. Nobody cares. I don't care how long you kick the door down for. Like, they violating you, especially if you're doing something like that. Like, I hope they didn't do that to some, but that Unit 14 is...
Yeah, they was doing that shit to people in Franklin. They was straight starving motherfuckers. You do something crazy, like I was in one time, niggas popped off and the police was trying to break up the fight, and he made a mistake. Duke made a mistake and cut the police in his arm. Mm-hmm. Niggas threw son in a box for like 15 days and ain't feed like 11 days or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And was throwing like a half a piece of bread. And even the shit they was throwing in the motherfucking joint, that shit was pissed on, spit on. Like, yeah, eat it. If you starving, eat it, motherfucker.
Yep,
niggas came out.
That's what they do, bro. They did that shit in Marcy Box. I seen them starve people in Marcy Box for the week and a half straight, not feed somebody. I couldn't eat myself when I got put in Marcy Box for the first week. They knew it. I couldn't get out of bed to get to the door to get my tray, bro. My ankles was so swollen. My body was so fucked up. I couldn't move. I was just stuck. Like, and they would just put a tray on my fucking flat and come pick the tray up. Nothing's touched on it. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. They laugh about you if you die. They make jokes about it. Like, people think it's a joke. They got handshakes up there. When you see them start doing special handshakes, the police, you know what time it is. They be on that Aryan bullshit. And I'm telling you, the higher up you go, the worse it gets. And the incest get worse too. You know they fucking their sisters up there.